Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today, and we're joined by Bloomberg's Bailey Lipschultz. Bailey, what are you looking at today?
I want to start with a small company now below $1 billion in market cap, but has a name that, or is backed and founded by some names that you guys may know. Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, the Winklevi twins. Their Gemini Space Station crypto exchange down 12%. This comes after the exit of the CFO, the CFO, the COO, and the COO.
Well, you don't see
who's left.
Yeah, the brothers, I think, are really running the company at this point. You don't see that often. And I also want to call out that this is a company that IPO'd back in September. So down about 75% from its IPO price. Trades under the ticker GEMI for Gemini. One of the Winklevi is going to actually step into one of those roles. Certainly going to be something to watch, but this does also come just a few days or weeks after they cut as much as 25% of their workforce and wound down operations in the UK, European Union, and Australia. So all the hopes that the Bitcoin revival, Bitcoin crowd would lead to a rush of public companies. This is one of those big losers so far.
Since Facebook, have the Winklevoss twins created value for themselves or shareholders anywhere?
They've been for themselves.
I was going to say for themselves. They've been long Bitcoin for a while.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you bought it back when it was trading at like 2000, I mean, you're up a lot.
Yeah.
Not that investors who backed you are doing well. But,
all right, very good. All
right, what's next for you?
Start with the best performer in the S&P 500. Some good news, at least for today. Norwegian Cruise, ticker NCLH, right now up 8%. This comes after activist investor Elliott said it built more than a 10% stake in the company, said a letter in presentation to the management board, believes it can unlock more than 150% upside. Big numbers, potentially. The reason they are taking an activist stake, though, on a trailing 12-month basis, Norwegian has returned 12% losses. That compares to 24% returns for Royal and Caribbean and a 48% return for Viking.
Wow.
So.
All right. Yeah, that calls for some action, I guess, from activist investors. All right. And it is Monday, so there's some M&A news.
Some M&A news starting in the medical space. Danaher, ticker DHR, acquiring medical technology firm Masimo, ticker MASI. Call it a $10 billion deal, $9.9 billion. We'll round up and give them the double digit. Danaher down, maybe a bit of that arbitrage or maybe questions around how the deal will be implemented. Down about 3.5%, had been down closer to 5.5%, trading at the lowest level since mid-October. Massimo, meanwhile, up more than 34%. Best day ever. On pace to close at its highest since June 2025. But this does seem to be at least a merger of equals. If you remember, Masimo has the patient monitoring technology, so they measure blood oxygen levels. So they were tied back to that lawsuit around the Apple Watch. If you remember, one Apple Watch feature was able to register your oxygen levels. Massimo sued them and was successful, basically saying no. So it does seem like this will be a fold-in acquisition that analysts, at least on the high level, seem pretty bullish on.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.